for joining us in this conversation. And just wanted to kind of throw this out here that I think it's really important for us as leaders to look at our own motivations, right? So to look within ourselves to see what it is that how do we live the examples that we want those of us that we're responsible for and those folks who may be following us, we want them to be, right? So how do we become an example for them? And I think one way to do that is to recognize that all of us are after safety, significance, and belonging. However, it may manifest itself in very different ways, right? And so when we think about, safety, belonging, and significance, what I want us to think about is that significance is really answering the question, what is my purpose? What is my purpose in life, right? So how do I find significance, or what is my significance? And I would say there's two ways to get that. One is, to meditate and get your answer from the universe, from God, from your higher power. I would also say there's another way to get that, which is that you determine what that is. Right? By using the tool of discipline and routine and study, that you determine what your significance is. And next, we recognize that as people define their significance, they want to be in networks. They want to be in teams and relationships with people who understand their significance. And then lastly is this notion of safety. People want to be physically, mentally, and emotionally safe to live out their relationships with people who understand their significance, right? And so when we think about our motives, we're all, we all operate from some kind of motives. And I loved Peter Falk's character, Columbo, because Columbo showed us the crime. So as audience, we knew who did the crime, but he spent most of his time creating the opportunity to discover the motive, because oftentimes we didn't know why people did what they did. And so his show was really about that motive. And when we don't take into account that people are looking for safety, significance, and belonging, and that's a common thing among us, then we get confused. And this is where cultural conflict oftentimes pops up, right? So people think, or the illusion of conflict presents itself. And people will think that we're actually in conflict when in fact, oftentimes it's an illusion. And what I mean by that is that the different ways in which we define and the methods that we use to get significance, that we use to define belonging, and what safety means and looks like and feels for us may be very different. So although we're after very similar things, the methods that we use or how we define those things may cause us to engage in what I would refer to as an obstacle illusion, right? An artificial barrier to authentic human relationships. An obstacle illusion. And one of the things that we know about illusions is when they are exposed to the light of day, when we can be critical thinkers about what is presented to us, then we can make better decisions and not succumb to those illusions anymore. And so as a leader, it's important for us to think about when I'm in conflict with someone, or someone is not pleased with my service. Could it be that there is a communication problem or a communication gap between what I mean by safety, significance, and belonging and what they mean by safety, significance, and belonging? Because if I'm able to put myself in that space, then I can become a critical thinker and say, well, if they want similar things to what I want, is the question about values or is it about methods? And methods I will support. I would suggest to you are negotiable. That's the great thing about recognizing that folks have similar values, because then we can actually work on stuff that helps us both get what we want. We can create that third way of being, so that folks can get their safety, significance, and belonging. And so with that, I'm going to invite you to hit us up at andrekoen.com. If there are opportunities, even if you don't agree with what I've presented today, send me a question, give me a response. If you do, please, if you agree with what we've said, or you find value in it, please give us a thumbs up, like us, subscribe to our social media outlets, and I look forward to seeing who we become as we continue to have these conversations. My name is Andre Koen. Have a great day. Bye.